I have so much respect for HIYA Toys after what they did to this figure after some fan feedback, and the thing overall is so good in the end. Let's open it up, check it out, and of course do some toy photography. So, I gotta give HIYA Toys some props for what they've done with this release of this figure, Venom. Come on, we just got started, dude. HIYA Toys has been putting out these really fantastic Godzilla, kaiju figures that are, just highly, highly competitive with the other brands because they're so good and the prices are so good. Go. You gonna cross? Go. Come on. And so what they've done with this one, after they released and revealed this figure, there was a lot of feedback on the look of Godzilla's face. Apparently people weren't really digging how it looked, and to me, I thought it looked great. But HIYA Toys was like, all right, listen, we got it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna re-sculpt it and make it better, and we'll just ship it out anyway. And so, Venom, can you please choose what you're gonna do? So they shipped it out as is, in the box, like the way it was going to be to begin with, but it also just came with the extra head sculpt. Here it is. So you get the one it was supposed to come with along with a new one that supposedly looks a lot better. And I think that's pretty cool. They had to probably eat a few costs, to make that happen, but they did it because they think the value of their reputation is pretty high. And, I think that only makes my love for HIYA even more. So I think that's really freaking cool. And so now I can't wait to open up this freaking action figure. And compare these faces, of course. So in my opinion, this is actually a really great version of Godzilla. If I ever think about what is the old classic Godzilla classic? This is what comes to my head. He's got more of a cat-like looking face with his cheeks and upper lip. I like that a lot. And I also just opened up the 1991 Ghidorah. That's from this exact movie, which that figure was incredible. And I also opened up a Biolante, which is also from this time period, from Super 7, which is really cool too. So I can't wait to compare all of those. And this is it's very exciting to me. This will probably be the first Toho actual Godzilla figure that I've gotten from HIYA. Is that true? But if you want to pick this figure up for yourself, head to the link I've got in the description for CalcusToy.com. I talk about Calcus all the time because they're incredibly reliable and just really great toy store. They've got so much and they continue to increase their selection, and their prices, from what I've noticed, keep getting better too. And I'm seeing oh wow, they're able to put that price? That's really great. So head to the link in the description, go to Calcus, they'll ship it to you quick, and they get this stuff in their warehouse way quicker than anybody else, that's for sure. So I wonder how much of a cost that is for a company like HIYA to totally redo something, have it done in time, and send it out. Is that a huge blunder for them? No, I'm really curious, and I think that's cool that, they would rather eat that cost than, have their reputation instead of their reputation taking a hit like that. I think that's really cool. As far as I'm concerned, as a consumer, it's great for me. Okay, well, here is Goji, Venom. Man, you really have got this timing stuff down, dude. You know this stuff. But anyway, here's Goji, Godzilla. He looks fantastic. I just right from opening this figure, I love this figure so much. It just looks like the perfect, this is the epitome of Godzilla. You know what I mean? That is just him. There's something about this design, I think, that just makes me feel like I've got the Godzilla right here, and I'm really loving it. I'm pretty impressed with the articulation. That's a lot more than I'm used to with a HIYA toy. Look at that. That's crazy. Well, I'll get into articulation more later. Tail looks great. Everything just looks so good. And just look at those thighs. Oh, baby, yes. Look at them. Just look at those thighs. Oh, they're incredible. They're beautiful. I love them so much. The only thing I will say though, however, I wish the paint was a little tiny bit more interesting. Oh my God, look at the wrinkles on his arms. God, he's got so much flubbing skin wrinkles going on. I love it so much. He's so cute. Venom, he's got a very similar face to you, buddy. He really does. Look, you guys have the same nose. Wow, you look like you could be friends. Anyway, I wish the paint was a little more interesting. It's not just a plain, gray slab of Godzilla. There's a little bit more detail going on in there, but I wish there was a little more detail on the gray. Some of the older NECA Godzilla figures had that going on really great, and I loved that. Other than that, that's my only gripe, so far at least, but I'm really, really loving this figure. It's just look at this. Look at this boy, and this boy too. Look at this boy. So back with articulation with this guy, it's kind of incredible. Like, I've never seen a HIYA Toys have this much neck going on like this. Like, that is crazy to me. You can even have him like looking over one part of his neck going this way and then still looking straight up. Like, look all that sass. Like, that's crazy. And same with going down. Like, look how far down he can look. And up. Okay, oh, hello. Well, that's fine, because I'm going to have to change the head soon anyway. Oh yeah, and the mouth, of course, moves. So does the tongue move as well? Need some kind of tool to reach. I don't think it does. Oh yeah, the tongue is also movable in there. If you can grab it, that is. Arms. Oh, you got all this. Yep, I know. All this and legs. You can, wow, you can get a lot. It's pretty great. And this tail is kind of amazing too. The fact that it can curl that much with how long it is, that's pretty amazing. I'm very impressed with the articulation with this. This one doesn't have, kind of like with the evolved Godzilla, remember there was one spike that could move? This one does not have that, which is interesting. But I think you're gonna be able to get a lot of fun poses with this guy. I think you're gonna be able to get him into all kinds of fun poses. But that neck is just crazy to me. I love that. Besides the extra head, he does come with two hands, which that's pretty typical, I guess. And they're more like kinda grabby. He's like, yarg. So these are more open hands that he's got on there. Those pop off, very nice. Ah, love that, nice and easy. Put these on, and there you go. I kinda like these better, actually. I might leave these ones on. Well, here are the two heads. And there's definitely a difference. The eyes are pretty different if you look really close. The pupils and just like the yellow part of the eye are much bigger on the other head. And this newer one, they're much smaller. And he looks a little bit more squinty and angry in this one. But to be honest, it's not that crazy of a difference. I don't really see the problem with the first one at all. It looks great. I actually kind of like the first one more, I think. I don't know. Yeah, he looks a little bit more angry and scary and more friendly in this one, which is very interesting. That was that big of a deal that they needed to do that. But hey, the fact that they felt the need to do it and they did it is cool. So if we switch them, there it goes. I don't know, what do you think? Does that look any better? Honestly, I don't think so. I like the other one more. I'm probably gonna put the other one back on there. But that is the difference, so that's cool. All right, how tall is this little kaiju? He is about 7 inches or so. Seems pretty much right. But if we measure just his tail, his tail is about 9 inches. So that's pretty tall. I guess if you wanted to measure him like this, I guess from foot to tail, he's almost 14. He's a big guy. All right, let's compare. Hello, Venom. This right here is the 1972 Godzilla SH Monster Arts. There's a little bit of a similar kind of feel to them. You know, he's a little bit derpy, but they've got very similar spikes. You know, I think they're pretty close. Pretty close dudes. And then that's how to compare him to Venom. So he's in the way right now, so I'm just gonna move him. And this is the most recent HIYA Godzilla I've done. This is the evolved Godzilla. I really liked this guy quite a bit. I don't know, I feel like I'm liking him even more. I really like him. He's so cool. And so this right here is the Biollante by Super 7. So in theory, he's a really freaking cool looking thing, but you know, he had a lot of problems, so I didn't give too much of a positive review to this guy, even though it's still pretty cool. And they fit quite well. I'm not really an expert with Godzilla, but I think it's really cool. I think that scales quite nicely. Even though this guy's kind of a pain in the butt, I'm very happy to have him. All right, and the last thing to compare him to, which makes the most sense, is the 1991 Ghidorah. And wow, how freaking cool do those look together? All three of these boys. Well, I mean, I guess it's all 5 of those boys. Venom, I know, you're in my spot. If you don't like it, then you can leave. And wow, they just look amazing, don't they? Wow, I'm so happy with this. Couldn't recommend grabbing these two guys anymore, man. Okay, well, what should I give this beautiful, adorable boy? He's just such an easy W. I really love this figure. This might be my favorite HIYA, to be honest. Might be my favorite one. Even though I'm a big fan of the MonsterVerse and I love these older Toho movies, but I think he might be my favorite. So I'm gonna give him a huge, incredibly huge W. I think it's so cool that HIYA was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll take the L. Sorry guys, here's another head for free. That's so cool. So good job, HIYA. I'm just really glad that HIYA exists. You know, I'm just so glad. So that's an easy W for me. Let me know what you think though. Am I glazing this? Which a lot of people tend to use that word now, glazing. Or am I justified with my love for this? Let me know, W or L. Well, it's toy photography time. TPT, toy photography time. Sorry. I gotta take a photo of him. I kind of discovered a really great new spot for photos recently. It's really close to People's Island. It's right off the same river, basically. And it's really great for kaiju, I think, because of the wide open spaces. So I think I'm gonna bring him there and take a shot there. So, sorry, Venom. I wish I could bring you, but let's go take the shot. Okay, here I am. I'm at my favorite spot with my friend right there fishing. And my new favorite spot. And I've got Godzilla in what looks like an okay position. So, Godzilla is roaring by the water, just like this. And in camera, it's looking kind of cool. A lot of reflection, you probably can't see that. But it's looking okay. The sun is over there right now. It's still kind of the late morning, I suppose. So I'm not getting the magic hour lighting, but I think that's kind of cool. When the sky is so blue like this, you can get some really nice reflections on the water. This water looks kind of disgusting right now, but in camera, it looks a little bit cooler. And I'm really kind of feeling this right now. I tried a couple other spots over here to try and find somewhere that I liked, but I feel like this was the right way to go, and I'm feeling good about it. It's definitely gonna be something that just looks like cool reflection, captures, stuff like that. So I'm really not gonna be doing anything crazy. I'm gonna use my light reflector and bounce a little bit of light over here. And I've got my camera angled low enough to the point where I'm getting nothing but the sky, you know, so Godzilla still looks big, you know. If I aimed it over there, I'd just be getting trees. So it's still hopefully gonna make him look big. If not, it's fine. He's still a toy after all, and that's okay. So my camera settings are at 3200 for my shutter speed, which is pretty fast just because it's so bright outside. My aperture is at 4.0. It's pretty high also, but it usually works out better to have it slightly higher than usual if I want Godzilla, because the smaller things are, the more the depth of field really feels, you know, but so widening it up makes sense for a bigger style shot. And my ISO is at 400. So I'm just gonna bounce a little bit of light with my light reflector and use my remote and just take some shots. I might splash the water a little bit around just to get some ripples, but I might just go with it without. So let's go take the shot. Quick post-photo breakdown for Godzilla. He just woke up. He just woke up and he's just yawning, you know, on the beautiful morning skies. He's breathing in all the crisp air, you know, yawning. That's what he's doing. And I think this photo is pretty cool. I think this location is great because all these little rocks do kind of look like small mountains, just a little bit. And the reflection is really fun. And I did end up using a tiny little bit of splashes over on this end, which I like a lot. And I think the sky is perfect. The tiny little bit of clouds is fantastic, and the blue is great. This is the other one. So really the only difference is just I spent a lot of time fixing up the colors. I wanted the water to look more blue, like the ocean, not like this dirty, crappy water that was at the place. That worked out well. It's funny because all of the green from the inside of the water, from underneath the water, translated to making it look like clouds on the sky, which, wow, that was so great. That's really it. That's very, very straightforward. Very happy with it though. Let me know what you think, And if you have any questions with how I accomplish this, if I'm not clear enough, please just put them in the comments. I'll always answer any questions in there. Or just send me a message, of course. I always want to be available. So, yeah, let's just run the end of the video. Huge props to HIYA for taking the L and fixing that face sculpt. Even if it lost them a little bit of money, they still dropped an amazing product, and you know what? People are going to keep buying from them because of that. Great job, HIYA. Anyway, if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. This photo, of course, is going to be posted up onto Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If you want to follow my work or see any of that on all those platforms, it's all linked in the video description below. And of course, thank you for getting this far into the video and watching at all. And I really hope to see you in the next video.